So did I be joined on the podcast this week by Carbery GAA PRO Tim Buckley ahead of this Sunday's centenary event for Carbery GAA held in the Parkway Hotel in Dunmanway from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. this Sunday. I suppose, first of all, Tim, the first question to ask this centenary year for Carbery GAA, how important is this year for Carbery?
Yeah, well, this year is our 100-year anniversary, as we all know at this stage now, and it's very important that we mark the anniversary, the 100-year anniversary. I suppose basically to acknowledge how far Carbery has come, and also to acknowledge the work of the people that have gone before, like myself, and ex-officers, players, clubs, old clubs that are no longer in existence, and that sort of thing. So I'm hoping that this event on Sunday will serve to do that.
And this Sunday we'll see a celebration of the Parkway Hotel and will be a celebration of the 26 clubs in the division as well. Talk to us about where the idea came from and what people can expect this Sunday.
Yeah, it's amazing actually how these ideas, come to pass. But the centenary celebrations have been in process for well over a year now at this stage. Our ex-chairman Aidan O'Rourke and the likes of Tommy Lyons there. We started the process probably this time last year, I would say. And we were very anxious when we were making our plans, Matthew, to include all of the clubs, all of the patrons, all of the players, all of the officers, the volunteers and clubs. We were very anxious to include at some stage this year a day for everybody. And we are so confident now at this stage that we've provided that on Sunday, and we're hoping that all and sundry will attend in Dunmanway next Sunday, as I say.
And how special is it to have all 26 clubs in the division in one place at the one time?
Oh my God, it's amazing. Like last year we had a mini event for the launch of the championships again in the Parkway Hotel, and we had a couple of side events, I call them, like the parade of the clubs. And we're very lucky here in West Cork. We have 26 clubs, which is a huge number. I think we're probably the biggest division in the county, if not the country. I would say there's some counties wouldn't have as many club teams as we have here in West Cork. So that's a serious statistic to accommodate that. But the plus side is that when the colours come together, we have a huge array of club colours. And to see it, I think I saw it myself for the first time maybe 7 or 8 years ago at another event, and I was going, oh my God, the splash of colour is absolutely spectacular. And we're actively encouraging all the clubs now. We have a board liaison officer working with each and every club, and we're encouraging the clubs really to make sure that there's a splash of colour on the day, because the aesthetics of the whole thing, when you come into the hall and see that, that sets the tone in for the day,
And you have a lot planned for this Sunday, as I could imagine as well. But how important is it to have a parade of clubs and referees on the day too?
So again, we're very anxious to acknowledge all of the clubs individually. And last year we did it at the launch, where all of the clubs were welcomed into the hall one by one, and each club will have their few minutes in the sun there. So we'll have a club player or representative walk into club colours and any trophies won during 2024. So all of the 26 clubs will be acknowledged individually. You asked me about the referees as well. We're very anxious to acknowledge the role that referees play in Gaelic football here in West Cork, and we'll be announcing all of the referees registered here in West Cork individually as well into the room, and they're under the guidance of the referees administrator Stephen Murphy. So Stephen will be coordinating all that. I was at a function last year where the referees were presented with special medals, and to see, I think it was over 40 referees inside the one room, and they have their own uniform as well. And it was great to see, because now you only see one referee at a time, or maybe match officials, but it was a huge body of men, and it's only then you realise that the contribution and where would we be without them, and the Carbery executive is we launched the youth initiative there in 2024, a recruitment drive, and we would be hoping that that there be some young fella inside the hall on Sunday, and he would see the attractiveness of becoming a match official here in West Cork, and we are very, very keen to both acknowledge and to thank the referees for the contribution to football here in West Cork.
And as well as that, with all the other events happening on today as well, you will have guest speakers on today, Seamus Coakley and Kevin O'Donovan, obviously two great football men or GA men themselves. Tell us a bit more about them.
But I suppose firstly, Seamus is everything that you would expect in a president of a GA. Like he's a great guidance there in the background to us all, and he's got great experience at board level, at county board level, and he's president of the Carbery GA, and he's also a renowned historian and speaker and well accomplished. And I don't think anybody will be bored with the words that he comes up with. I'm certainly looking forward to hearing him, and he'll be opening the ceremony at 2 o'clock. You mentioned Kevin O'Donovan. Kevin is one of our own from the Kilmeen Carbery GA club, risen through the ranks. I remember Kevin was a GAA back in 2007, I'd imagine. He became involved in underage coaching at a county board level and progressed through the ranks, as we call it. And he's now our boss and the CEO of Cork County Board. And, there's been lots of exciting developments, like in Cork GA, Carbery GA, in Irish GA, nationally, and Kevin has been involved in a lot of those projects, and the ones that are coming down the road, I'm sure he'll be involved in as well. I personally will be really looking forward to hearing him speak and hearing his ideas. And Kevin is a huge support to us here in Carbery and in the goings on and the dealings as we make our programs and that kind of thing. And Kevin will be very welcome today, and I'm sure there'll be a huge crowd turn up to hear him speak.
Another welcome addition as well to the day is the band and junior team from 1975. Tell us a bit more about them and what you're looking forward to in seeing them on the day.
Yeah, a remarkable story, I suppose, really. I suppose, first of all, the surprise is that 1975 was 50 years ago. But it is. Time waits for no man, as the men said. But a remarkable story where they were actually a second team. Bandon's first team were playing their trade, I think, in the intermediate or senior grade at the time. And their second team won out the junior A football and hurling, I believe. So, again, any facts that I'm incorrect in here, I'm sure I'll be corrected on Sunday, because most of that team are alive and well, thanks be to God. And we'll be welcoming them into the hall, and providing them with certificates, again, just to, number one, mark the 50 years, and number two, mark the fact that it was our second team that actually won our primary competition here in Carbery.
In terms of the event itself as well, what are you expecting Carbery GA will get out of the event, and how will it help Carbery GA in the long run?
Well, again, when we, we have our gala dinner dance in November, and that's going to be what it is, but this is really a day for everybody, man, woman, and child, even people that don't partake in Gaelic football. Then we want to be able to tell our story and the story of all the clubs, and I suppose ingrained in that, people will be there, obviously occupying their own stands. You have different clubs from all over the division, but inadvertently, when we go to matches, sometimes the result of the game or the performance of your team becomes secondary, because, it's a social outlet as well. And we get to meet people, that we wouldn't normally meet. And that's on an A versus B situation. Can you imagine what's going to happen when every single club in the division is going to be inside one room together? I'm really excited about that. And I hope that in time to come, people will look back and say, geez, the centenary day there in May in Domanwa was a special day because we met everybody. And that's, I think, a testament to the GAA, because we're ingrained in society, in schools, in the way young lads and girls are brought up. And, I hope that the day reflects that. I really do.
Just one final thing as well. Have you any more events planned for later in the year?
We have, we started off, we said little will be lots. And we marked the beginning of the year at our convention in December with an unveiling of a plaque to remember the founding members of the Carbery GAA, and that plaque stands proudly inside Bandon GAA Club, one of the founding members. And we'll finish the year with another plaque being mounted in Kilbrittain GAA Club, who are another one of our founding members, and that'll be at the end of the year. But we also have Sunday's event, and that'll be a huge historical heritage and, we'll say, cultural event. And then at the end of the year, we'll have our gala ball, where we are delighted to be able to welcome the current Gaelic football, our GAA president, Jarlath Burns, to West Cork. And the tickets I'm not going to say the tickets are gone, but like if you look at 26 clubs and there's only so many people you can fit into the hall, then the tickets will be very, very scarce. And like once Sunday's event is over, we'll be preparing for that. But that'll be a huge gala event. Needless to say, a different event to Sunday's one, but it'll continue the celebrations all the way on to the end of the year.
Absolutely. So, and first of all, this Sunday, which should be a very fun event, obviously, for everybody involved in Carbery GAA. Tim, thanks for your time on the podcast this week, and all the best for Sunday's event.
Thank you, Matthew.